Thanks, Dave, and echo Dave's sentiments. Thanks very much for giving up a night. I know that all of you are working with young players all the time, so this is another night out of your time. So certainly appreciate it from not only the BWA side of things, but Basketball Australia as well. Tonight, we're going to talk a lot about developing skill through one-on-one, two-on-two, three-on-three. My hope is to get through 10 drills in about 90 minutes, so we'll be flying with these young men. But one of the things that underpin all of basketball is skill, and too often we try and develop skill 1-on-0, right, or 2-on-0. We do a lot of those drills and then we play 5-on-5. So 1-on-0 drills are important, where we're trying to teach technique, certainly important. 2-on-0, where we're trying to teach technique and relationship, certainly important, all right? But where the game lives is in between that. So you've got the skill development here, the competitive development where they're playing 5-on-5. Where the real learning happens for young players is in the middle. And that happens in 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. So with your skill drills, we're going to practice a lot here. Everything's going to be competitive, and it's somewhat of a myth that you can't teach skill in a competitive environment. Because if you take the word competitive out and you swap it with applied, you know, anyone that's in education and learning, it's all about applied learning. Well, it's the same in coaching. If we have a player who's an outstanding ball handler, outstanding finisher, outstanding shooter with no defense, how's the correlation going to be in a game? And really, are we setting that young player up for success, or are we setting him up somewhat for failure? All right, so that's going to be our focus. When you teach skill, you do it in that technique phase. Then you add repetition, situation, competition. So you work on the technique, you add a level of repetition. Now you've got to add a level of situation. In other words, when would it happen in a game? How would it happen in a game? So again, now we're starting to move into that applied learning stage. All right, and then competition. Can they do it when someone's trying to stop them doing it? To start off, we're going to do a lot of one-on-one. One of the things that I'm sure that you found as well, players have less unstructured sport now. Everything's structured. Everything's at the stadium, in a competition or in a school program. They're just societal changes. There's not as much free play. There's not as much go down with your mates and play one-on-one. There's not as much imaginative play where you just go down to the court and it's by yourself and you're envisaging you're going against Mark Worthington, all right, and you're trying to go from there. There isn't as much of that. And that's, for a whole generation of elite players, that's where they really learnt to play. That doesn't exist as much anymore. So we have to replace that in our practice a little bit more. So more one-on-one in practice is hugely important now. We didn't have to do it maybe 20 years ago. Why? They were doing it on their own time. They were doing it at school. They were doing it on the playground. They were doing it in an unstructured thing. No problem. It's not the end of the world. We don't want to say, oh, in my day, in the glory days, but we've just got to identify it and go from there. And because of that, the ball handling of the young players is not at a level that perhaps it once was. They can all dribble right hand. They can all dribble left hand. They can all dribble their head up. No problem. They can all execute crossovers. All right? But can they do all of that against overt pressure? Can they do that, right, to create space for themselves, to create for someone else, or to create a shot for themselves? So we're just going to start with a couple of drills on that. So guys, just partner up. Everyone move back to half court for me. Quick, partner up. Get a ball each. Quick, 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 quick. All right, first two guys up. Come over here. All right, you just need the one ball now. All right, so one guy's here with a ball. You're at the blue line. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to pass the ball out, all right, just off the blue line. I'll be here for a minute. You're going to pass the ball out. I'm going to catch it and step in, all right? I'm going to execute 2 pivots, all right? Then you're going to say go. I'm going to handle the ball in a small half-metre square area, all right? When you say go a second time, you've got 2 dribbles to get to the basket and score, all right? Let's show us that. Here we go. And then you're defending it, all right? Now, so that's the drill. See what pace he does it at? 1-on-0 pace. The second go, it's live, all right? Even on the first go, I want him to handle the ball at warp speed. I want him to make errors, right? I know that he can do this. I want to see what he can do. I want to see that sound creativity. Right, so it's pretty good now. I need you to do it 30% quicker. Here we go. Pivot. Good. Next. All right, so now what you guys have got? You got guys here, guys on a wing, guys on a wing. Let's go. Partner up, and you can do it at that end too. Let's go. Quick. Here we go. Good. Now, one thing that we want to create, keep going guys, is some chaos. I didn't tell them to go one at a time, and I know all the OH&S people are like, oh no. But what's basketball? It's chaos. Too often when we do skill drills, we create this perfect environment. One person goes at a time, there's all this space, it's absolutely perfect. Guess what? That never happens in a game. So now we're teaching awareness. You know what this is replacing? Climbing trees. All right? We used to climb trees as kids, and you learn about spatial awareness, landing, chaos, whatever. This is the new climbing trees. Don't set it up where it's this perfect environment. All right, hold up. Now, ball's here. Just watch, stay where you are, guys. Start back to the green line, Now, you're going to cut to receive the ball at the blue line, all right? But you're going to catch the ball in the air. So you cut, you're going to use hungry hands. As you're passing it, I catch it in the air, all right? Now I'm going to shot fake, all right? Jab step, pivot, throw it back, you're closing out, and we're live. So we're practicing some footwork, we're practicing our shot fake, and then we're playing. All right, just watch it here one time. Here we go. Back, catch it. Good. Shot fake, catch it back. Play. Next. Go. Good. Let's go. If you're going to teach fundamentals, pivoting, which is important, ball fakes, foot fakes, if you do it 1-on-0, you get their attention for about 2 minutes, don't you? So you've got to be sneaky as a coach. So we've added some footwork, we've added some pivoting, we're working on the shot fake, but it's not boring because they get to do what at the end of it? Play. When you coach little kids, what's the first thing they ask you? 3 minutes into practice, what do they say? When do we play, right? What I'm saying is all the time. This is playing. It's not 5-on-5, but this is playing, right? It's teaching, they're learning, but they're competing. Good, here we go. Good. Good job. All right, hold up. You jump in there. All right. Okay. What's going to happen now is you're going to throw the ball out. You're going to be off the three-point line. All right. So you're going to catch the ball in the air and you're going to shot fake. You're going to stay there. All right. You're going to go between the legs. All right. So catch it in the air, shot fake, between the legs. As he's done the second between the legs, you're closing out and trying to stop him. You've now got 2 dribbles maximum after that to score. All right? Here we go. All right, go back. Now, go back, swap it over. Now, I am one of the world's premier air dribblers. All right? Outstanding air dribbler. What I want you to do is catch it, shot fake, and then boom, boom, and now we're playing. See how quick that was? I told you, I can really handle the air ball. All right? But this is what you want to do. They're so safe, aren't they? They're trying to be compliant, which is tremendous. But you don't want them to be compliant, you want them to be learners. Right? So encourage that sound creativity and get them to do it faster. I think 2 of the most important words in teaching skill, play faster. What do we tend to do? Slow down. Oh, you're out of... All right? Now you think, oh, wow, you haven't seen my kids. All right? I coach my kids, 8 and 6. You know, I say to my 6-year-old boy, play faster, and his mum's like, what are you telling him? But remember, there's not climbing trees, there's not jumping fences, there's not riding to your mate's place. You know, this is part of creative play now we've got to get done. So you need to dribble the ball as quick as boom, boom, as I do the air dribble, my friend. All right, here we go. Good, play, go, play, don't wait for him. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good. Job. Good job. Good. Good job. Good. Close out. Good. All right, hold up. Good job, man. Hold up. The other thing that we're doing with these drills, and we haven't spoken about, and obviously you would in practice, is we're teaching defense. Now, I tell this story all the time. I spent 5 days in Serbia, Belgrade, Serbia, and I watched about 15, 20 practices in 5 days. I didn't see shell drill, so 4-on-4 defensive positioning. I didn't see it one time. Now, these are the best coaches in Europe. I'm young, so I know everything. I say, Coach, you don't teach any defense. He said, yes, we do. I said, no, you don't. So here's me, some snotty-nosed 30-year-old telling the head coach of Red Star Belgrade that he doesn't do a good job. All right? And I said, no, I don't see shell drill, I don't see this. He said, Coach, we get skilled players and then we defend them. And again, I was 30, I knew everything. Okay, Coach, idiot. But the methodology is sound. If you've got to consistently defend really skilled players, what have you got to do? Now, obviously, they teach a lot of technique, and they do teach defense, but primarily it's 1-on-1, 2-on-2. As players are developing tremendous ball handling and creative skill, my challenge now is to defend that creative ball handling and skill. All right, so you get that value as well. The kids start to move their feet because what happens? There's an element of competition within the drill. Next drill or series of drills we call is Alba 1-on-1. The reason we call it Alba 1-on-1 is I like to name drills after great players. Right? 1, I can remember what the drill is. 2, you can apply it to kids. So Alba is Alba Torrens. She's the best European player around. She's from Spain. Advanced 1-on-1 skills and a superb pivoter to create time and space. So just come over here, guys, quick. What's going to happen, you're on offense, but you've got your heels on the three-point line facing away from the basket. You're in a stance, you're in a stance. You're in a stance. If you hand the ball around this waist, you have to pivot on that foot. If he handles it there, you have to pivot on that foot. All right? After you hand him the ball, you're going to take away time and space by crowding him. Be in a stance, get in a stance. All right? No, don't slap at the ball, just take away time and space. Even more time and space, right? There. You've got one pivot to create time and space. The great Kobe Bryant, the best there's ever been, used footwork to create time and space. That's one-on-one offense. If he turn and face, and doesn't have time and space, be in a stance, son, all right? He now can't play. So how does he create time and space? He uses a jab step, all right? He uses a shot fake, or he uses both, and then he's going to play. So his task is to limit time and space, defend without fouling. His task is to create time and space, and then you've got 2 dribbles to score. Now you're up here. Now remember, whichever foot he handles, that's one you're going to do. Right, go. Pivot, time and space, good. All right, go again, swap it over. Now, obviously defensively, we wouldn't teach kids to do that, but for the sake of the drill, it's an overload drill. I want you, turn around. When you give it to him, I want your tummy on his back, right? So you're overloading. Now he's going to have to be really good at his footwork and really good with his ball fakes. Go. Good. Good. Excellent. Great job. Now, how did he create time and space? Wasn't that fantastic on the pivot, was it? He didn't create a lot of time and space on the pivot, but when did he create time and space? Here, all right? Kids watch a lot of NBA, and then it's boom. Step back, money. Great. So if this was practice, I'd celebrate the small victory, all right? I wouldn't tell him that he didn't pivot all the way around and create time and space there. I'd just celebrate the small victory there because that embeds the learning. What did I ask him to do? Create time and space. What did he do? Time and space. What was the result? Score. Celebrate that, move on, and then I'm putting it in the memory. A couple of repetitions later, I'm talking to him about the first thing. Does that make sense? Rather than, that was fantastic, but I go, no, yeah, that doesn't count because you didn't do this. That's not the game, and that's not positive teaching. Let's get to that, guys. Let's go. Give it a try. Here we go. No, go at the same time, guys. Go at the same time. You've got to be able to work through chaos.
Do I have a max on dribbles?
Sorry?
Do I have a max on dribbles?
Yeah, 2. 2 on the max. Good. He's creative, isn't he? All right? He's creative. I don't mind those shots. Now, do I want him to take that? Keep going. Do I want him to take those shots in a game 10 times a game? No. But if we're teaching sound creativity and we're trying to get him to play with some skill, that's okay. Then later on we can talk to him. Maybe that's not a shot we'd take in a game. Or maybe we'd only do it once. Or the old thing, if you take that in a game, you better make it. All right? That's okay too. All right, hold up. Good job. You guys swap with those guys. Come over here, men. All right, what you want to do as much as you can with your drills is rather than having one drill and move on to the other one, is create drill series. So drills that you can add layers onto quickly. So we'll do this, we call it the Alba series. If you do that for 6 minutes, it's boring. Right? And so the stimulation goes away. So you've got to make sure, we might do this drill for 6 minutes. We may even do it for 8 minutes. That's how committed to one-on-one skill development that we want to be. But if they do that exact same thing for 8 minutes, they'll lose stimulation and they'll go through the motions. Remember we spoke about what do they want to do? They want to play. Right now, because they're playing. 3 minutes of doing the same thing, what are they doing? Drilling. Now we've got a problem, all right? So as much as you can, we want to keep them in that playing environment. All right, so set it up the same way, my young friends. All right, now, you're going to hand the ball, whichever side he gives it to you, you're going to pivot on that foot. Do it, get in a stance. I yelled at him, I'll yell at you, right? Pivot. Now, what you're going to do is jab step, all right? Shot fake. Now you're going to drive past him, right? And you're going to let him go past. Get to the keyway, all right? you're going to turn and become the offense. You're going to come to a jump stop, pivot, pass, close out. You're going to jab step, shot fake, drive past him. You're going to run out of bounds. You're going to come to there, jump stop, run back in bounds, throw it, play one-on-one. Good job. All right? So let's just show this. You guys demonstrate the whole thing now. Here we go. Let's go. Get through it. Time and space. Time and space. Good. Close out. Good. Time and space. Good. Out of bounds. In bounds. Play. Play. Close out and play. Good. Time and space at the end of it. One thing, these kids really do a good job of creating time and space at the end of their move. Why? Because they watch NBA, they watch Steph Curry, they watch their heroes, and they're great at it. What I would give them feedback on moving forward is create time and space at the start of your move so you've got even more time and space at the end. Right? All these step backs are fine, but if they just did a better job of pivoting and faking, they would have easier shots to make. All right? So we're sneaky here. What are they doing a lot of? Footwork. You know, for those that played, did you love doing footwork drills? You love that without a ball, run, jump stop, pivot, pivot. Now, of course, we have to do that with littlies because they need to get the technique. They don't need that now. They need pivoting, but they don't need that. So we're going to implement it into our drills. We got the drill, guys? Let's play. Let's go. Here we go. Good, good. Do it quicker, do it quicker, do it quicker. Good. Run out of bounds. Good, play. Good, good job. The other thing that these series of drills do is practice finishing. You know, how many of your layup drills do you do where there's no defense? And they're still important, layup drills where you do, but all these finishes, and they're doing a pretty good job, aren't they? They're all contested finishes. See that? That's a contested finish. How many non-contested finishes do you get in a game? If you get 10, you've won that game by 100. Yet how many uncontested finishes do we practice? Hundreds, right? You see here, see use of fakes. The other thing with this, hold up guys. As a coach, you've got to be comfortable with the mess sometimes. All right? It's really, really important, particularly the fact that we're trying to encourage them to be assertive. We're trying to encourage them to be creative. Well, we can't do that if we prescribe every movement and we punish any exhibition of creativity. Now, I'm not suggesting anarchy at all right? But sometimes you've got to be comfortable with the mess. So if you see something that, you know, that's a crazy sort of move, all right, instead, literally, just go and coach someone else, all right? Just go and coach someone else. Because that player is probably not going to do that a second time. If you stay there, then you get caught in the tractor beam. What I mean by that, it's like, zzz, and you start coaching him. Now, we know through research that with millennials, right, they don't like, one of their big driving forces is peer group acceptance. They don't like being singled out. And it's the same in coaching, all right? It's really important that he doesn't think, I'm just coaching him and no one else. He's not going to think, oh, how good's this? I'm getting all the coaching. He's not going to think that. Research indicates. He's going to think, why is he picking on me? Why doesn't he go away? So being comfortable with the mess is being able to see something crazy, step back, spin move and go, all right? Now, he thinks, oh, beauty, I got away with that. But no, he hasn't, because what you're going to do is you're going to revisit this soon and say, hey, that's a lot better move than that crazy one 2 possessions ago. He's like, how did he know? Because coaches are so smart, all right? And it leads into that old methodology, praise, prompt, and leave. In coaching, you want to praise, prompt, and leave. So I want to praise him. Hey, great pivot. Really terrific job in getting time and space. The prompt, which is the instruction, make sure when you drive past him, you go past his hips, you don't try and go around him. So we've praised him, good job on the pivot. We've given him something to do. Now the most important element of praise, prompt and leave. And not leave to get a latte. Leave to go and coach someone else. Praise, prompt, leave. Boom. Praise, prompt, leave. And all of a sudden we've got this really stimulating learning environment. The kids feel valued. And you'll be surprised then there'll be less of the crazy stuff. If you don't make a song and dance out of the one crazy thing and understand it's one element out of an hour and a half practice, there'll be less of it by osmosis. All right? Now, last thing on this. Start out of bounds. Start at the lane line, friend. All right, keyway. Yeah. So you're going to sprint and receive the ball on a 1-2 and shot fake. All right? You're going to close out and you're going to go right past him. You're going to dribble right into the key. You're out of bounds. Right into the key. Shot fake. Pivot. Now you're flying. Catch it. Shot fake. Fly past him. All right? In the key. Shot fake. Next one. Play. Live. Live. Pretty good. All right, let's do it. Again, we've got movement. We've got jump stops. You see a lot of these drills have got shot fakes. How well do your kids shot fake? Really poorly. How often do we teach it or drill it? Hardly ever, right? Is adding a shot fake to this making the drill cumbersome? No, right? It's another thing that you can do. Here we go. Let's go, come on, speed. Play faster. Play faster. All right, this end, men. So none of those drills are rocket science. But if you say, righto guys, one-on-one Alba series, so obviously you'd have to teach it. One-on-one Alba series, we've got 7 minutes on the clock, get through stationary, technique, and then live. So give them a name. So it's not three or four different drills. It's one series, but they've got to get lots of repetition. They've got pivoting, they've got faking, they've got passing. And again, by way of feedback, we didn't talk about passing, but how many passes are in the drills now? People say, oh, one-on-one, when do they do pass? Well, there's that last one, there's 3 passes in it. And if I was giving them feedback, guys, we want to pass ball. Ready? Hands up. Hungry hands. Hungry hands. Bang. We want that. Kids don't pass the ball firmly enough. I want you to throw the ball as hard as you can. Hard. Harder. Throw it. Put some in it. If I fumble, I buy you pizza. Ooh. One more. Come on, baby. Bring it. Bring it. Ooh. All right, and I'm 100 years old. That's actually easier to catch than this. Of course, we know that. So you would add some passing. It's a one-on-one drill, but it's got some passing. All right. So the next drill series we're going to do is 2 touch drills, and we'll do it at either end, but we'll demonstrate it here. So give me some other demonstrations. Give me you 2 guys, please. All right. Start in the lane. Down in the block, fellas, offense and defense. Who's on O? Aren't kids nice now? 20 years ago, who's on O? Me? All right. Go down there. Are you on offense? Well, come down here, you 2. All right. Let's get this right. Are you on offense? Yeah. Yeah. I'm inspired with confidence. All right. You're on defense. So one of the things with young point guards in particular, it's very hard to score off your first touch. And I'm sure you've all coached that ball-dominant guard they're maybe the best kid in the team, and you can't get them to pass the basketball. They want to try and play, and sometimes they can because they're that much better than their peers, but for how long? So we call this two-touch drill. So what's going to happen, you're going to lead out, all right? You're going to try and deny him. You're going to catch it. On the catch, you're going to pivot and square up, jab step, shot fake. Then you're going to pass the ball back to me. You're going to sprint to the charge halo, and then you can cut anywhere you like from there. All right? And on the second catch, you've got 2 dribbles to score. Your job's to try and stop him catching the ball. If he does catch it, you've got to defend him for 2 dribbles only. If you stop him from scoring, you get a point. If you score, you get 2 points. All right? Here we go. So we've got a technique element, leading, pivoting, faking, jab step. Then we've got another one where we're going basket cut to the charge halo, secondary lead. All right? So it's one-on-one, but now we're starting to move into a little bit of situational. All right? A lot of one-on-one drills start, with the old ball check. Well, when does that happen in a game? It doesn't. Usually you receive the ball from someone else, and usually you've received it on the move. Let's have a look, guys. Go, play. Make him work. Make him work. Good. Pivot. Fake. Shot fake. Good ball. Cut. Good. Here we go. There. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Now, you could put a dribble limit on it, or you could let them be creative, whatever you want to do. I tend to go with 2 dribbles, but not care if they do a third. Now, because if I go with 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles becomes an issue. All right, so young players, you might think that's really hard on them, 2 dribbles, but what it's also encouraging to do is beat someone with a dribble. If I allow them to have unlimited dribbles, it becomes a video game. They're standing there and they think they're Kyrie Irving. So by putting dribble limits on it, one, you make him more efficient and you make him in attack mode a little bit more. Dave, can you run the guys down that end so they get a workout with this as well? Be the passer for me. All right, so half here. So you guys are up, you guys are out. Quick. All right, play. No, get in the block. You've got to work harder than that. He's only going to be better if you're better. Good. Ball. Cut. Good. Boy. Good. You love that. Good job. All right, next, this side. Actually, you guys are in. You guys are in. Quick. Ball. 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 You go up. Yep. Play. 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 Good. Good boy. Good boy. Ball. Ball. Cut. Cut. Good. Good job. There you go. There you go. Got him. Oh, foul. Thanks. Now, what did he do, our young friend? He created time and space, didn't he? And he needed to because bigger, more athletic guy, but he was able to create time and space. Did he have the ball when he created time and space? No. But there's a byproduct of playing one-on-one. One-on-one's not about always what you do with the ball. You've got to be able to create time and space for yourself without the basketball. All right? So that's really valuable. Now, if you've got one of those ball-dominant guards, when you do this drill, we call it two-touch basketball. So they can't score until they've got a second touch, a second catch. Could you do that in a game? Yeah, you could do it in a game. You know that kid, you just can't find a way and they just won't pass it? So you say, hey, everyone's on two-touch basketball. I'll tell you, that kid will get rid of that basketball, right? Like it's a nuclear bomb. Why? Sooner he gets rid of it, the sooner he gets back. Now you say, well, when he gets back, he's just going to drive. But think about it. Pass, he's got to cut. There's probably been 3 or 4 passes. So when the ball gets to him, what do you want him to try and do? Is score. But it might not always get to him. All right? So you can do that as a... Now you can do it with a couple of guys. If they're not being unselfish, you put a couple of guys on there, all right? As a 5-on-5 drill, you can do it as a drill, 2-touch basketball. You can't shoot it until you've got your second touch. The only thing I would say, and I'm a little biased, but don't make the post players have that rule, all right? Because let's be serious, all right? How often are the post players going to get 2 catches? You know, those selfish little sods, the guards, they don't want to throw it in there 1 time, let alone 2 times. But it's something that you can do, all right? So if you wanted to build this series out a little bit, and as usual, I'll jump all over the place. All right, let's go 2-on-2. So jump down in the lane. I'll start with the ball. Yeah, work out who's who, good leadership, good boys. All right? Again, you don't want to have 1,000 drills. Have 4 or 5 components to the same drill. So we've just added components without having to stop and do a whole lot of things. Now, obviously, it's slower because I'm talking to you. It's the same concept, guys. You can't score until your second touch. You can't score until your second touch. So you're going to lead out, all right? I'll throw it either side, all right? The ball must come back to me initially, but what have you got to do first, my friend? Good boy. See, now we're developing habits. Right? He knew straight away. I didn't tell him what to do, I just asked him and he knew straight away. Then I'm going to reverse it. All right? He's got to do the same thing. He's got a shot fake, he's got a foot fake, but then it's live. Then it's live, all right? When it goes to the second person, it's live, yep, all right? Now here's the kicker. He can't score. Why? Hasn't got a second touch. So he's got to find a way to be creative. When you get it back, you can score. Doesn't mean you have to score. So now we're working together, passing, teamwork. We've still got the same elements, all right? Now what happens is this kid gets it and he can't score, so what's he want to do? He catches it. He's like, screw this, here. All right? But what he could do is penetrate. He's still going to guard me. Even though I can't score, doesn't mean I can't come in here. Now we're working on drive and kick concepts, creating for others. Because one-on-one play is not all about you trying to score. Part of one-on-one is can you create for yourself, 100%, but can you create for others? All right, so let's just have a look at that here, and then coach, you'll run it at that end. Play, good. Good, here you go, ball. Good, play, here we go, good. Yeah, keep playing, good, that's fine, good. Good. Good job. Now, hold up. Good, fellas. Now, they threw the ball to me a second time. Is that part of the drill? No. Is it a big issue? No, because what else is it? It's another pass. It's another time when a kid just didn't get it and go crazy. The great thing about that drill, he got 2 quick second touches. He got his second touch. But what did he do? He made a pass. I'm going to celebrate a small win. That's a small win for our team. Because his movement, then he gets penetration and we're playing. All right, so one-on-one development can be done in the 2-on-2 setting, in the 3-on-3 setting. And really, you're going to bounce from one to the other. But this is now we're talking about situational to live. So it's a situation that happens in a game, and then we just want them to play. We take out the dribble restrictions and we just let them see who's going to be creative. All right, jump in. You go that end, Dave. Go. Here we go. Quick. One group will have to stay. Play, play, play. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Go by him. Go by him. Good. Yep, ball. Good. Here we go. Ooh. Good. I don't know how old he is. He's terrific, isn't he? Right? How much time and space does he create? He's got that little rocket step. We used to teach it 100 years ago. We don't do it anymore. I don't know why. He's just seen it somewhere, or it's intrinsic. He's got that little, and he had him. And little person, big person, you got to learn this, son. right? Big guy. Whew. All right? Okay. But now you're starting to see some separation. You're starting to see them develop, and you've got to let them play, and this is where you've got to be comfortable with the mess. Big thing as a coach, be in as many drills as you can. I was just talking to Keegan about this about 10 minutes before we started. All right, be in as many drills as you can. I don't mean try and guard them and be out there shoot, but be a passer. Why? You're sharing energy with them. You're part of it. But also by being in the drill, you see what they see. All right, so a couple times then they couldn't find their teammate with their eyes. And I'm standing here, and I'm pretty hard to miss. I'm standing here wide open. What's the obvious thing to do? Throw it to me. Guys, here's one for you. The obvious thing to do is usually the obvious thing to do. They look at you like, what? But he's open, pass him the ball. You're open, shoot the ball. There's no one between you and the basket, drive the ball. The obvious thing to do is usually the obvious thing to do. So in your drills, try and not have a lot of restrictions and rules. If they throw the ball to you a second time, great. What's that? Now we're starting to teach decision making, which is such an important element of basketball. We so often teach skill without decision making. Here's one for you. The vision will precede the decision, which will precede the precision. All right? The vision, so I'll see what I want to do, and then I'll decide what I want to do, and then I'll execute what I want to do. So if you're in the drill, you see what they see. So the vision will precede the decision, and hopefully will precede precision. So they're making a play. All right, so by you being in the drill and not being too bombastic with what they can do and what they can't do. Even if I said, okay, you can't, it's a 2 drill maximum. If some kid goes 1, 2, 3, score, I'm not going to say a word. All right? Because have they broken the rules? No. They've used creativity. It's not our game, it's their game. All right. Now, on this last variation, all right, start there. So, no, start there. All right. Now you're going to lead to the elbow. Lead to the elbow. All right. If I throw it there, you're going to sprint and back cut him. All right. If you can throw it to him, throw it to him. If not, keep going to the corner, close out. All right? Then you've got to run outside the 3-point line, and now we're live. All right? All you've got to do is clear the 3-point line, and then we're live. We're playing from there. Let's see that. Go. Good. Play, live now. Good D. Back cutting. All right. So we add that. Now he was compliant. I said run outside the 3-point line. I didn't say run outside the 3-point line and stay. But what did he hear? Run outside, just come out there and then cut. Add some elements while you're playing it. And even though we're still teaching skill, because what are we teaching? Catching, jump stop, pivot, hopefully some passing, because so often one-on-one drills are all about dribbling. You've still got to be able to pass it, all right? Cutting, and then relationships. And relationships when you're teaching skill in the 2-on-2 environment are important. The relationship between you and your teammate. Defensively, the relationship between you and your teammate. So once you've done some drills, just add an element. Make it up. Just add a different element in a different scenario and then play. So let's do that a couple times either end. Here we go. Ball. Play. Back cutting. Good. Here we go. Move. Good. Good. Time and space. Good. All right, last one. You see on the back cut, twice kids were open, they don't pass the ball. Right? They're not brave enough to pass the ball. I want them to try and pass the ball. And if they pass it and it's deflected, I'm not saying anything here. Because I can't want something and then punish that action for happening. Right? I've got to be comfortable with the mess. That's my job. Play. Back cut. Good. Play. Receivers, good pivot. Knock it, big fella. Great job. Good offense. All right, this end when you're done, Dave. Thanks, guys. Yep, that's it. All right. A build up from that, or one that you could flow straight into. All right, I used to call this USA one-on-one, and then I started working for Basketball Australia, and they said, listen, can you not call it USA one-on-one when you go around the country doing clinics? I said, yeah, that's probably a good point. So we got boomers, elbow one-on-one, all right? Start down there. So what's going to happen, you're on offense, you're going to catch it at the elbow. You're going to try and stop him catching it at the elbow. On the catch, now you've got pivot and turn and face. If you can score with no dribble, it's worth 3 points. If you score off one dribble, it's worth 2 points. If you score off 2 or more dribbles, it's worth 1 point. All right? Let's have a look at this. All right, swap it over. It's fine. He had a little swag, didn't he? All right. Here we go. Good. Now, there's the world's single biggest surprise, isn't it? Both kids shot the three-pointer. All right? They're like, I wish this was a three-pointer in a game. I'd shoot 30 of these a game. But what it does, you reward it. But what we're actually rewarding, and both young men did an excellent job, was create time and space. See, they pivot, little jab step, and they're into their shot. That's good offense. I'm okay with that. Right? And that's a really good shot. If I'm able to, we've all heard Mark Jackson, hand down, man down. It's the same here. I turn and face, I give you that, you drop your, that's not a tough shot, that's a foul shot. Bang. And we're developing skill. All right? So now you need to stop them doing that. You need to stop them doing that. Here we go. Good. Good boy, good lead. All right, next. All right, start. Here we go. Good. Next guy in. Good. Good job. That's a two-pointer. Ball. Here we go. Great job. Beautiful ball fake, foot fake. Good job, son. Here we go. Good. Next. All right, hold up. This end. Okay. Again, you saw what happened. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute I'm a genius, and I know these young men have been really well coached. But what are we starting to see now on the catch? We're starting to see pivots. We're starting to see shot fakes. We're starting to see jab steps. So what are they starting to create every catch? Time and space. That's one-on-one skill development. Your ability to create time and space. Now, we've tricked them into it. All right? We've tricked them into it. They've already got good fundamentals. They can all fake, they can all pivot. So their coaches, if you're in the room, huge tick. All right? They've been taught properly. But now, think about if you were able to do this and work through these drills, one-on-one, two-on-two, 15 minutes of practice. Now, some of you I know only have maybe an hour maybe an hour and a half. So you go, oh, 15 minutes, that's a long time. It's too long a time for them to get that much better quickly. Who's this about? Is it about your practice plan, or is it about the young players that you're coaching? Right? It's really valuable time. And again, don't think that you're only doing this. 1-on-1 can become 2-on-2, but can become 3-on-3. You've got passing in there. You've got pivoting in there. You've got creation of time and space. You know what else you've got? We call it sound creativity. Right? They're being creative. If you think about your favourite sports person growing up, right? And I know, here, football is a big sport, right? While you admired the dour, do his job fullback, you wanted to watch Peter Matera. That's it. You wanted to watch Ross Glendenning. There's one. All the young ones are like, who? Why? They had competitive charisma. They were creative. They just didn't, punch from behind all the time. They flew for marks. They bought, whoever it is, the kids now, do they want to watch Aaron Baines? And we love Aaron. We love Aaron. One of our boomers is going to help us win a gold medal. No, they want to watch Steph Curry. They want to watch Kevin Durant. They want to watch Patty Mills. Why? Creativity. We've got to teach that. Or not teach it, we've got to drag it out of them. Allow them to be creative. Because, remember what we started to talk about? They don't have as much as the unstructured play where so many of those players develop that creativity. So you've got to implant it in your practice plan. All right? Really good job with that one, guys. I'm behind. Surprise, surprise. All right, so drill 5 on that is 2-on-2 lead relationship. Similar to that one, and we'll just go quickly because we've sort of done some of it. Guys, what I want you to do is you're on the elbow O&D, you're on the elbow O&D. All right? Getting open is an individual skill. All right? And so often we teach it in isolation. We teach it on zero. And we were talking about it before, the old chestnut, when we were playing, back cut, swim, come out. That thing that happens approximately never in a game ever. All right? So why do we practice it? Obviously, it's a platform skill. All right? But what we want to work here is what we call strong arm, long arm. So you're on offense. Just jump out. I'll be you for the minute. You have the ball. I want strong arm, particularly from if I'm going to lead a short lead. Come here. Strong arm, long arm. Now I can actually get it. Try and steal the ball. Throw it there. All right? It's not that, because that's a strong arm, long arm. Now, he can move his feet and get to it. But what I'm going to do is a strong arm, long arm. Then I'm going to lead. He's going to throw it to my outside hand. Now, whatever your footwork pattern's fine. In this situation, I'm going to pivot. Now, on the catch, that's when you lead. How often do we see that pass get stolen because that kid's led before this guy's got the ball? So we call this 2-on-2 lead relationship. All right, so you have to maintain, and you're trying to deny him, you have to maintain strong arm, long arm until he catches it. When it gets to him, right, you're going to back cut, and then it's live. If you can hit him on the back cut, hit him on the back cut. Play. Now stop. All right? Common problem. Jump out. And we've got this on video, so I'll send it to you. Go. That's it, right? And you know what? So many players do it. All right? You do it to me. Do it to me. Yeah, come and get me. Come get me. All right? Come get me. All right? Now I can hold, and that's probably going to be, say, oh, it's a foul. Well, I'm not going to do it for that long, but if he's in, I want that to happen. All right, beauty, let's dance. You want to dance? Let's dance. All right? So one action. Strong arm. Long. All right? Real important. Here we go. Better. Good boy. There you go. Get it? Good. Stop. Why wasn't he open? He went too early. So we're teaching skill, but we're teaching situational skill. All right? It's relationship skill. He's never going to get open, all right? And he did it deliberately, so we could prove a point. Thanks. He's never going to get open if he doesn't understand that relationship. How's he going to learn to develop that relationship? We're going to practice it, and we're going to let it play. All right? Let's go. Here we go. Good. Yep. Good. That's better. Good. Give it to him. Stop. Now, your responsibility in the relationship, as soon as he's open, now you're probably thinking, I need to do all my... As soon as he's open, you've got to get him the ball. Because he's only going to be open for a period of time. Then you're going to do a dead sprint to get to your cut, and we're going to get a layup. Throw him the ball, get a layup. Here we go. Here we go. Go. Cut him, cut him. Good. Knock it, knock it. Good fake. All right? So, good job. Yep, good job. So we talk to them. I put pressure. Get a layup, get a layup. So what's this defender do? He hugs his man. What does that create? One-on-one, time and space for the other person. So it all comes down to time and space on offense. The best defenders, and just 2 hours up the road lives the best defender in the history of Australian basketball, Damian Martin. What's he do a great job of doing? Take away time and space. He's an annoying little so-and-so in the nicest possible way. He takes away time and space. Those high-powered imports, how do they like coming to Perth and then walking out and there's number 55? Oh, my God, I wish this guy would go away one time. All right? So they're trying to create time and space, and it's a battle of wills. He's trying to take it away. All right? So we won't practice that, but that gives you an opportunity. What you can do is someone jump down in the block there, offense and defense. Quick, guys. Doesn't matter who. Dave will do everything at the rest at this end. So, yeah. You do the same drill, 3-player relationship. So just walk through it. Lead. Lead on the catch. Lead on the catch. All right? What are you going to do now? You're going to cut, and we're playing. All right? So now we're dealing with a skill element, leading, passing, catching, but what are we also morphed into? Just some basic principles of play and movement. And that's what I'm saying. Don't think that you have to teach skill in isolation. Teaching skill is a never-ending journey. It's got to be applied skill, situational skill, and then just as importantly, competitive skill. How many players have you seen, really good players that are fantastic? We call them 3 o'clock. In the States, they call them 3 o'clockers. A kid's not bad, but he's a 3 o'clocker. In the States, most of their practice sessions are run at 3 o'clock. So in other words, they're really good in training. 7 o'clock, lights are on, game time, not so good. All right? So make sure that you're not developing 3 o'clockers. Make sure you're developing kids that are skilled, but they're skilled in an implied setting, and they can do it against peers, and they can do it in a competitive environment. Let's see that one time flat out now. Good leads, timing, it's relationship. Here we go. Good. Next cutter. Good cut, move, good. Plate, plate. Good time and space. Get it? Good. Now, even with that, they had movement. I didn't tell them what to do. I just told them cut. This guy did a tremendous job. He cut, he spaced again, and then on his second touch, what did he have? Time and space. That little dribble move, bang, time and space. All right? So he's now practicing skill, and we're practicing it in a 3-on-3 environment. All right? And again, I'm going to celebrate the small wins. All right? I'm going to say, hey, great job, so-and-so. Right? Way to create time and space. way to attack on your second catch. You want to make sure that you celebrate those wins. Don't get caught up with the macro so much. Don't get caught up with this, that. You should have cut here. Did he get a really good shot? And was it something that we've drilled? Let's celebrate it and move on to the next thing. If it wasn't exactly what you wanted, you're being selfish. So it wasn't exactly what I asked for, but what was it? Wide open shot in time and space that he nailed. All right, why have I got a problem? I've only got a problem if the whole thing's about me. All right? If the whole thing's about me, we got a problem. All right? So let's go now 2-on-2 Jags drill. We'll do this either side. So give me someone here with a ball being defended. All right? Someone down in the block being defended. Same that side, guys. So we'll run at both sides of the floor. Quick, quick, quick. Again, passing, pivoting, catching, faking, real important. And I can't stress enough the value of the shot fake. If you see here, right, when these young guys are just starting to shot fake, and we would talk about the specifics of it, all of them sort of wave fake, I call it, it's all that rather than, really realistic. But how effective now is the shot fake in getting guys out of stance? They've done a really good job with it. And again, they're creating time and space. So we're going to do the 2-on-2 Jags drill, I think it's called on your notes. And it's about creating time and space. It's about relationships. It's about the shot fake, and then it's about finishing. So what's going to happen? You're going to lead out, sprint out to the three-point line. You're going to pass it when he gets to the three-point line so he doesn't travel. You're going to turn and face on your inside foot. So as you lead out, and again, what you teach, guys, is what you teach is fine. Lead out, catch it inside foot, then you're going to shot fake, and then you're going to jab step. As that happens, you're going to cut to the middle of the foul line, lead back out, the middle of the foul line, lead back out to the same spot, catch it on your inside foot. So this foot, shot fake, jab step. What do you think you're going to do now? V-cut, come back, catch it, shot fake, jab step. Go, shot fake, jab step. All right? Now, stop. How's our spacing now? Stay there, stay there. We're starting to hold hands. So you've got to maintain your spacing, which is wing spacing. You've got to maintain your spacing, which is seam spacing. So even though we're teaching skill, what else we're able to teach then? Spacing and relationship. You guys are doing the same on that side of the floor. The same thing. All right? Now, 2 words. Play faster. Play faster. Go. Shot fake. Good. Time and space. All right? Good. Shot fake. Time and space. Good. Time and space. Good. Good boy. Great. Time and space. All right. Pretty good. Now, freeze. What happened? All right. Now, we haven't allowed them to do anything, although he snuck in a dribble. All right. It's okay. Not the end of the world. But look, they're holding hands now. Because under a little bit of pressure, right? See, the defense is trying, right? A little bit of pressure. Now we've lost that relationship and our spatial awareness. Not so bad on that side. So you would do that for 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, they're going to get 3 or 4 catches, and they're getting into that. But what I didn't talk to them about was strong arm, long arm. What went out the window? Strong arm, long arm. All right? So this is the challenge. You've got to make sure that you keep weaving in the same concepts. Now, go one side at a time. You guys are going to rotate into whichever spot, all right? On the 4th catch, it's live. On the 4th catch, it's live. Play. Good. Strong arm, long arm. You've got to get open. Good. Time and space. Time and space. Good. Hold up. Freeze. On this side. How many passes is that? All right? On that side. Good leadership. Someone else said, that's 4, that's 4. What else can we teach in this drill? Communication. What would be really easy? Now this is, I'm not going to ask you, because you know, because coaches are the smartest beings on the planet. Use questioning with them. How could we make sure we always knew how many passes? Count. Count. Brilliant. All right, and I'm not being sarcastic. Well, I am being sarcastic, so, which I shouldn't do, right? Counting is a fantastic form of communication discipline in practice. You know, when you say, okay, we're going to make 10 or first to 10, just the discipline of them counting out, like out loud, is huge. Coaches ask me all the time. 5 coaches have asked me in the last week, and I'm being serious, about how do you get kids to talk? How do you improve communication? Counting is one of the best forms of discipline in practice. Force them to count. And when they do that, they'll start, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what will end up happening on the third one, when that guy's thrown it, he'll say, go! Because they're already in the habit of communicating. So, you know, if you're struggling to get them to communicate, get them to count in those sort of drills. The other thing that you can do is get them to commentate to somewhat. Right, so now what you're going to do, guys, this is a little communication drill. Come back here and hold your space. When you're leading, you're going to yell out lead. All right? When you fake, you're going to yell out shot, drive. Then you're going to pass. So on the lead, you're going to yell out lead. When you catch it, you're going to say shot, drive, and then you're going to make a pass. At the same time, you guys have got to count so you know, and you've got to count out loud. All right? Easy? Good job. Hey, guys, hold up. That's not easy, what they just did. So let's give them a clap. That's not easy at all. All right? And would you do that the whole practice? No. But just like you practice certain elements in certain drills, have a drill where you've got a little communication cue. I think, you know, it's really, really important. And now that there's the challenge, and even though I just said count and say shot, drive, there was other communication, all right? I think you said this will be 4. So he was communicating that when he got it, more than likely he was going to go. So now, again, it's that R word, isn't it? Relationships, because it's not really about communication. Who's done this old chestnut? Guys, we've got to talk. We're not talking. Talk it up. You've got to talk. How'd that go? Pretty well? All right? And then you go, oh, they mustn't understand me. They mustn't understand. My bad. Guys, you've got to communicate. Hey, communicate. How'd that go? All right? Hey, you've got to enunciate. You've got to tell them what to say for a start, but then you've got to help them. You've got to practice it. Communication and talking is a skill. It fascinates me. I spent 10 years in regional Victoria and, you know, football territory. I'd go for a walk of a night, and what did you hear in the wintertime? I'm sure it's the same around here. You hear footy training, don't you? You hear them talking. It's just a skill. You know, they just do it. So I'm there thinking, well, this is going to be great. These kids are going to be great talkers. That's what they do. They all play footy. They come to the basketball court, boop, don't they? You know, it's hard to get them to talk. So you've got to give them some skills to do it. Now, how do you build up from that? Let's do this. All right, so start in the block. All right. 1, what are you going to lead? shot, drive, lead, shot, drive, lead, shot, drive. Now, on the fourth catch, catch it, all right? You're going to post up, you're going to dribble here, and you're going to get him the ball, and we're live. Okay? Let's have a look at that. Starting the block. Here we go. Good fake. It's all right. That's okay. What he faked, what did he try and create? Time and space. All right. So you can just add little nuances to the drill. So all of a sudden, if you had this Jags 2-on-2, you would do the rehearsal bit for, you know, maybe 30 seconds. Literally. Because if you do it any longer, they're just going to be drilling and then they're not learning. When they're drilling, they're not learning. All right. Then you would do command, so the talk aspect, the fourth catch, we're live. Then you would add another element, the fourth catch, post up. So now what are we practicing in terms of skill? Posting up, post feeds, which is still one of the worst skills in all the basketball, all right? And you could emphasize different parts of it, of course, but you're adding all these elements of skill, but also skill, situational, and relationship skill. All right, so it's a smaller guard posting up, so he might want that down here. It's a big guy with an advantage, he might want it up here. You're doing that without having to make it a laborious 1-on-0 or 2-on-0 drill. I'm not suggesting for a minute that you don't do 1-on-0, 2-on-0 and you show them the technique, but look how much you're going to get out of this now. You always want to get more drill out of the drill and more practice out of practice. That should be your focus as a coach when you come to training. You want to get more drill out of the drill and more practice out of practice. How do you do that? Let them play. Let them engage in experiential learning. Learn by doing. That's what we do. All right? We don't have to just pass an exam to drive a car, do we? We have to do 120 hours of experiential learning, doing. Same with basketball. You know, they talk about 10,000 hours of mastery. I don't necessarily concur with that, although that guy's probably a bit smarter than I am. Mastery is doing it in a situational environment. So get them to do it. Let's go, fellas. Give you a bit of a workout. Do it either side. Way you go. Way you go. Good. Good. Good, fellas. Post up, post up, post up. Good post feed. Go to work. Oh, good cut. All right, good job. One more, one more. Have a workout, guys. Here we go. Good. Get a post up, get a post up. Oh, freeze, freeze, freeze. Good. Now, for years, I would go, oh no, there's chaos and they're going to run into each other. And now I'm like, how good's that? They just kept playing, but what they did is they didn't play recklessly. They were cognizant that the other group was there, but they were still... So one kid actually pivoted. He's like, oh, and he used a pivot to create, funnily enough, time and space. It's not a bad thing. Now, sometimes you would go one side, make sure only one side goes at once, but don't be afraid to have them going because the game's chaos. And when we talk about spacing, you know, it's a huge word in basketball, spacing. Well, it's spatial awareness and it's the ability to create space but also operate in limited space. You know, so down there, can I pivot in limited space? Can I be aware that there's defense? How can I extricate to make a pass? How can I use a fake to create a score when there might be someone on me? You know, just all those things. So don't panic if it's that situation. Now, you don't want them to hurt this. I'm not being flippant, but I'm not worried about that anymore. I think it's great, all right? And they figured it out without me having to say, stop, 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 do this, do that. Because how often are you able to go stop, stop, stop in a game? Never, all right? And this is where it leads into decision making, all right? So what I want now, guys, we'll do it. It might be better, Keegan, if I do it on the other side so you can see the drill. Over here, guys. I want you to jump down in the, actually you jump down in the corner and whoever's guarding you, doesn't matter. All right, and I want someone on offense and defense over there, quick. Now, decision making, as I said, is a huge part of teaching skill. Remember we spoke about the vision is going to precede the decision. So they need to see things that are going on, then they need to make a decision about what's the best skill execution to do. So when you're teaching skill, as often as you can, try and do it in an environment where it includes decision making. That's modern basketball, high-level decision making. So what we've got here is we're going to have a situation of momentary numerical advantage, right? So what's going to happen, you're going to lead out of the corner. The corner means the corner. You're going to lead out and get the basketball. You're going to lead out and touch my hand, friend. Stop. In a situation, if this was a game, what would you do now? Take it. Good boy. Great answer. Take it. I was worried he was going to say shoot it. Right? Which also may have been the right answer, but his coach may have killed me. Right? In that situation, if you catch it and there's no one between you and the basket, you're going to penetrate. So it's a momentary 2-on-1. Now, if he stays and doesn't help, you can score. If he helps, what are you going to do? Pass, you're going to score. So it's a momentary 2-on-1. And it's about his decision. Whose else decision is it about? The helping defender. All right? So he's got to make a good decision. He's got to make a good decision. He's got to make a good decision. Where does he move to the open area? And guess what? He's got to make a decision. How do I get back in the drill? Do I try and guard my man or do I run past? What will help you make those decisions, men? Your brain. 100% correct, my friend. Your brain will help you make those decisions. I was going for communication, but you are right, my friend. All right, let's go. Now, you guys are going to be in straight away. We're going to get some repetition. You need to get yourself organised. All right, play. Rip and go. Good. Next. Let's go. Play. Good shot fake. Next. Ball. Play. Pass. Good. Play. Now, stop. Good. 5 years ago, after that went for a bit, I'd say, stop, blah, 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 taking too long, get off. The learning happens as they find a way to get it done. Now, obviously in a game, that probably wouldn't happen, but in a game, it's not 2-on-2, it's 5-on-5. But that's where you've got to be comfortable with the mess now. Some of the best instruction happens in silence. Some of the best instruction happens in silence. So rather than me say, pass it, get open, lead, pivot, seal, I'm not coaching, I'm commentating. And who's making all the decisions? I am. What happens in a game? So if that happens and you go, oh, this is getting ugly, well, it's not about the aesthetics. It's about the process. So just be happy for that to happen. Now, add a bit of detail here, because we're going to do this. D there, yep, you're on D. Now, but what I want you to do is you're in the low post offense and you're standing right next to him. All right? Just get a tad lower. Right next to him. You've got to touch him. You've got to be touching him. All right? We're going to add a defensive element now, and we call this walling up. As he rips and gets through, if you rotate and you find yourself in the charge halo, what's going to happen if you touch him? It'll be a foul. All right? So you're not going to try and block the shot if he goes to shoot it. You're going to do what we call wall up. So you be there. As you come at me, you got the ball, I just jump and have my thumbs throw my body back. So I just jump straight up, I wall up, jump back, and if he makes that shot, the beauty of our game, unlike soccer, it's probably not going to be 2-0. Yeah? But how are your players at making a layup at full speed with defense here with their hands up? They're pretty good? Yeah, we got no liars, all right? But how often does this happen? Give him the ball. Come in, try and lay it up. All right, didn't make the 2-3 throws. Foul trouble, all right? So now we're going to work on that. So we've added now an extra decision for the defense. So you've got to go and be shoulder to shoulder. Corner means corner, friend. Play. Good. Wall up. Good. Now, same thing. He helped, didn't rush to foul, high hands because he's in the charge halo. What happened? No foul. Turnover. Right? Now, I'm not saying don't get him to run and close out and try and get out of here and take charges. But once you realise you're in the charge halo, you can't get a charge. That's why it's there. Just verticality. And if they jump, you jump and fall back. All right? It's going to be very hard for anyone to get a foul there. Let's see it again. New group in. Ball's here. Here we go. Play. Good. Get there. All right. Same thing. What did he come across and do? It was good offense. And again, we're trying to change, but he wanted to block it. What did he do? Nothing. If he came across, jumped, threw his hands back, maybe that shot doesn't go in. Now, give me a third offense and defense over there. Quickly. Same there, yep. And this is where you want to work in your series. Now you think, well, hold it. I thought we were talking about skill. We are. All this is skill, but now it's in an applied setting. So we start off with the 2-on-2 where it's about finishing under duress. It's about decisions. It's about communication. It's about walling up. Now, right, we're adding another element where there's a third guy. So it still starts the same way. All right, so where would you be if the ball was here in a game? You would be there. I still want you hugging him though. So we practice your rotation and walling up. Walk through it. You're going to come with me. Now, you're ripping. What's your first thought process? Layup. Always. First is I get layup. All right? So you're going to help across. All right? You're going to sink because you've got to help the helper. Now you've got to find, all right, the open player. What did he do without me saying anything? No? Who did you start on? Started on Tanner. What did he do? He switched. All right? Now, did I tell you to switch? Well done. Decisions. All right? Now, that's pretty, and that's pretty courageous. We're here in this clinic. He doesn't know if I'm about to yell at him. What he doesn't realise, I'm saying, how good's that? That's unbelievable. What's that? It's a decision. It's proactive. Did it ruin the drill? No. How could it ruin the drill? It's his drill. It's not my drill, right? So do what you do. Let's go back. Play. Good. Time and space. Good. All right? Really good execution. And what do we have now? You know, we talk about time and space. Now in the team setting, it's that relationship and time. So this guy caught it, and he thought about shooting it, and he realised he didn't have what? Time and space. He made a pass, which was the right play. This guy caught it, and he assessed whether he had time and space, because what did he do? Catch it, little shot fake, wasn't it? And then went, oh, you're going to give it to me? Whap. Bang. All right? Now, again, I'm not suggesting for a minute that I created that. These kids could play before they came here. But I'm going to celebrate those wins. And now, are we teaching skill? Skill. Skill. Great. But what else are we teaching? Teamwork, unselfishness, creativity. Go from there. All right? So, of course, the next thing that you would do is add a fourth guy. All right? Go over in the corner. Offense and defense in the corner. So it's 4 on 4 now. One guy's out, right? Or 2 guys are out. Yep. Corner means corner. Where would you be defensively? Yep. All right, that's fine. I still want you, you'd probably be off, but I still want you to hug him because we want to work on that walling technique. All right? Now, you have to penetrate. It's the only rule, you have to penetrate, and then we're playing basketball. Corner means corner. Ready? Play. Let's go. Next one. Next one. Yep. Someone sub in if they need to. We good? We've got 4 on 4. Come on, be proactive, boys. Be assertive. Play. All right, swap it over. Let's go. One more. Quick. All right, good job. Now, see, we moved quickly through that. But you notice what I did? We just got going, we just got repetition. Now, it's not a practice session, but again, it's being comfortable with the mess. They've heard me a lot tonight, and it's hard on them because they're a demonstrator. I spoke to them before about, it's going to be hard, guys, because this is about the coaches, not you. But sometimes you've just got to let them play, all right, and just get repetitions. Those first 2 repetitions, wide open, made baskets, weren't they? Fantastic. Time and space, decision making, unselfishness. The third one was a dog's breakfast. But that doesn't matter. Get to the 4th one. All right? So sometimes just let them play. Even though you want to always celebrate the small wins, all right? Don't labour when it doesn't go right. And then maybe stop them and for 15 seconds give them one additional slice of detail and have them do again. All right? Sometimes they said silence is your best instruction. You want to coach them, you want to constantly give them positive reinforcement and feedback, but sometimes just be quiet. Let them learn by doing. And often when you stop talking, there's a chance they'll start talking. That's a big one. And that'll be just by feel as a coach. You'll just think, oh, you know what? It's a lot of me at the moment. Now, it's a lot of me at the moment because Well, frankly, it's all about me, all right? But it's a lot of me at the moment because it's a clinic. It shouldn't be this much of you in a practice session. There's got to be times when, and that'll encourage them to talk. And you could build that to 5-on-5 as much as you like, and you could have any sort of rules. The reason that we start it with that numerical advantage, because that's the game, isn't it? All right? So, ball here. You guard me. So as soon as I get by him, don't be smart. As soon as I get by him, it's a game of numerical advantage. Right? So now it would be, for a moment, 5-on-4, wouldn't it? Because I've got past him. Now, it's not going to be 5-on-4 for long, but it's 5-on-4. We've got to be able to manage the mess that is numerical advantage, disadvantage. So defensively, they've got to be able to figure out how to do it. But offensively, I've got an advantage. I've got to make sure that we capitalise. All right? Most of the numerical advantage, disadvantage drills we use in basketball are 3-on-2 continuous, full court. There are a lot of full court drills, aren't they? Which is important. How many numerical advantage, disadvantage drills do you do in the half court? Traditionally, not as many. When does more numerical advantage, disadvantage happen? In the half court. As soon as I cut and I've got past my man, there's a numerical advantage. So can they play out of that? And that's skill too. Even though it's offensive concept and whatever else, it's still skill. All right? That is a skill. Decision making is a skill. Just one last drill, because I'm cognizant of the time, particularly for these young men. Just jump on the baseline, guys. 3 lines. Quick. This drill, or this series of drills, we've played around with this a lot as the 3-on-3 game starts to expand. You know, we all know that 3-on-3 now is an Olympic sport. We just had our 2 national teams win medals in the Asia Cup, and it's going to be at the Olympics. Hopefully we'll be part of it. But what we're trying to figure out is, how do you play this game? Because it's not something we've done as a nation. And how do you practice this game? Then we realised that all these 3-on-3 drills are fantastic for what? 5-on-5 game, player development, skill development, decision making, whatever else. So it's a really cool crossover. So guys, what I want you to do is, you're going to sprint out to the 3-point line, all of you. All right? You're going to run and post in the halo. I'm going to throw, no, stay there. I'm going to throw it to you. All right? You're going to throw the ball in. Score. You're going to rebound. All right? As that happens, right, you're going to sprint. Okay? You're going to throw it there. All right? Post up. Score. Okay? Rebound. You're going to sprint. Pass. Post up. Next 3 go. All right? Now, I want you to do that as fast as you possibly can do it. Same 3. Ready? Hey, yep, go. Go, sprint. Let's go. Quick. Post up, rebound. Stretch, spread. Give it to him. Post up. Good. Go, rebound. What are you doing? Let's go. Sprint and spread. Good. Bang. Throw it. Next 3. Ball here. Let's go. Ball. Come on. Rebound. Ball. Figure it out. Good. Post. Score. Rebound. Throw it out. Stay out. Post. Score. Next group. Ball here. Let's go. Ho. Post. Good. Rebound off the ball. Let's go. Sprint and spread. Post. Score. Rebound. Post. All right, now, got it? Yeah, right. Okay. Let's play it 3-on-3 now. Let's play that 3-on-3. You ready? Same thing. You've got to get 3 post-ups. 3 post-ups. Who rebounds the ball? Play. Post. Score. Rebound. Sprint and spread. Spread. 3-point line. Good. Ball. Post. Post. Get it. Good. Rebound. What are you doing? Spread. Spread. Good. Throw it out. Post. 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 Good. Score. Rebound. Good. Next 6. Next 6. Ball's here. Here we go. Here we go. Go. Play. Post. Score. Rebound. Spread. Spread. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Throw it out. Post, little fella. Post. Rebound. Good move. Good. Post. Post. Throw it out. Post. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Call it 3-on-3 the truth. Because you find out the truth of who listens, but you also find out the truth of who works. Great drill. If you've got a team of 10, put 6 minutes on the clock. 6 minutes. The drill doesn't stop for 6 minutes. Your only job, you hear coaches say all the time, I don't coach effort. Well, if you don't coach effort, you're going to lose. Sometimes you've got to coach effort. So my only job there is to add a bit of pressure. Quick, go, go. And it's all really sharp instruction. Get it, rebound, post, post. And they do it for 6 minutes. I doubt anyone here's got a team that could do that at pace for 6 minutes. And I'm not being rude. That's why I call it the truth. We did it with our elite kids at the AIS, and they were in a coma in about 4 minutes. All right? Now, same drill, but what you've got to do is when you get the ball, the rebounder, you have to dribble out. You can't throw it out. You've got to dribble out to the 3-point line. Someone else has to post up, and you throw it in there. So it's the same drill, but instead of throwing it out, you've got to dribble out, then someone else has got to post up. All right? We're going to go for 9 minutes. Play. Good. Post. Score. Good. Rebound. Good. Give it to dribble out. Dribble out. Someone post. Someone post. Big fella post. Rebound. Dribble out. Dribble out. Dribble out. Dribble out. Good. Post. Good boy. Good. Dribble out. Dribble out. Who's posting? Go. Go. Good boy. Stop. Hold up. All right, really well done. That's fantastic, isn't it? Now, it's difficult. Look at the matchup. All right? No, but that's fine, because one thing we found with 3-on-3 is, and it's a byproduct, it's great for big kids. You think, well, hold it. That shouldn't. How many touches did he get? How many post moves did he get? Right now, it's a matchup, right? And he's working his tail off, but that's not a bad thing. Isn't that better what he was just doing than having 1-on-0, he posts up and you throw him the ball? Yes, he's got an advantage, but he's still got to do it at speed. It's still chaotic. He's still got to execute. So we didn't realise that was going to be the case until the byproduct, well, the big kids all of a sudden thrived. They loved it. Why? More touches. How many touches in a 5-on-5 game do the big kids get? You know, 1 every 4 possessions. Like, and I'm being quite serious. 3-on-3, there's only 2 other dudes. You've got to be able to get it done. So and people say, how's that a skill drill? Well, was he getting skill? Yeah. What's there a lot of? Passes. Who has trouble with passing skills? Who has trouble with their kids passing? That's the other great thing about 3-on-3. If you can't pass, you can't play. All right, so I'm not suggesting that I'm here advocating for 3-on-3, but there's a series of drills, and I'll get Dave to send them out, that you can use. They're great conditioning drills in the pre-season. They're great skill drills. They're great effort drills. That's why we call it the truth. We're going to find out, we're going to find the truth. Who wants to play hard? Who wants to compete? And who can think? Because that's what it is. My job out there was to create chaos. And they just play. Now, what happened? My man there figured it out. He went, little person. Boop, boop. How often does that get to happen? Not enough, all right? So it gives him confidence, all right, and he gets some skill development. Guys, just come and sit here for me, please. Sit, yeah. As I said, I'm cognizant of the time. Just quietly, fellas. We've tried to get through 8 or 9 drills, but within those 8 or 9 drills, there's 3 or 4 different components, and you can add things. And you've all got, I'm sure, you all coach, you've all got your favourite drills. See if you can turn that individual drill into a drill series. See if you can add an element, all right? And see if you can apply more skill learning and skill doing in each of your drills. So, my big one is pivoting and shot fake. So how many of those drills had that? Now, if we did pivoting drills, imagine doing a shot faking drill. How long you'd keep their attention for? You wouldn't keep it. But all of them have just executed about 40 shot fakes. So hopefully the carryover next time they get in the game is bang, bang, and now offense becomes easier. You see when we went to 3-on-3, 4-on-4, how much time and space how many wide open shots they get. And kids, they play so quick. Well, if they pivot every time and they fake every time, it just slows them down. And now all of a sudden you've got a chance to execute your skill. All right, so any questions on any of that or anything that didn't make sense? Great. Everyone's thinking, yeah, when do we go? That's the first question. All right. It's really a hard job to be a demonstrator in clinics. I said to these guys at the start, guys, it's going to be some new drills. Some of you would have seen before. There's going to be some different terminology, but my focus is the coaches. It's not you. I'm not here to coach you. I'm here to coach the coaches. And I thought they did just a great job. A bit of fun, some maturity, and they really got into it. So can we thank these guys? This is my first time to the southwest. I've been to Mandurah, but I've never been further south. So I appreciate the opportunity to come down and do this. I've had a little to do with Mark Worthington over 10, 15 years, and I know he's a product of this region, and you should be very proud of him as a triple Olympian and someone who's made a great way in this sport. And I'm a passionate regional person. I grew up in a small town, and I think that what is done in the regions is crucial. And if you look at our Olympic teams, so many of them over the years have been driven by country kids and people that understand the value of hard work and teamwork and unselfishness. So I really do appreciate everything that you do here in the Southwest. Dave tells me the whole structure is run by volunteers 100%, which is a rarity in basketball, so you should be congratulated. And certainly, I'm fortunate. I get paid to do this. I haven't had a real job for about 25 years. It's fantastic. You should try it. But I certainly appreciate everything you did. Thanks to Southwest Basketball and everyone that was involved in organising this, getting the venue. If someone who knows the principal and the people here will send an email, but if you can thank, it's really valuable. Venues are hard to get, as we know. And I want to acknowledge Dave and Keegan, who put this together and drove me down here, and have listened to me tell bad stories for 4 days on end. So you got to feel sorry for them because they got 2 hours back tonight. And I got plenty of them. But thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.